is the second largest economy in the world, lifting so many people out of poverty.
China had made very strong strides in its development, including economic, social, technology, cultural. This transformation is not possible without the visionary leadership of the Communist Party of China.
Los 100 años del Partido Comunista China demuestran una historia de sacrificio, pero de éxito extraordinario. Y en segundo lugar, hay muchas enseñanzas en esos 100 años, de las cuales los dirigentes políticos que busquen transformar una sociedad y construir un futuro de posibilidades, de igualdad y de beneficios para todos, tenemos todos mucho que aprender.
China had been able to eradicate extreme poverty. That is very impressive in such a vast country and with a huge population, 1.4 billion people, or what it is possible to do in a socialist society, a society that puts people first ahead of profit. We impress for what China has been able to achieve under the socialism with Chinese characteristics and the guidance of Comrade Xi Jinping and the initiatives that have been put there before us. So we need to really study the Chinese experience.
China's extraordinary growth under the leadership of the Communist Party of China is an example for many developing countries to follow, from areas such as poverty eradication as well as economic growth and development.
O crescimento econômico ele só tem sentido não pelas reservas internacionais que tem um partido, mas pela qualidade de vida que o povo desse país está conquistando. E eu acho que a China tem evoluído de forma extraordinária e eu fico torcendo que outros países possam seguir o exemplo da China.
Is a testimony of this people-centered focus, being able to sacrifice their lives and their time and everything that they can put on the table so that the beneficiary is the ordinary people of China. And I think that the approach of the CPC of being people-centered is what has been responsible for the Chinese miracle. I wish the rest of the world would learn that. Take, for example, the case of COVID-19 epidemic. It has touched every part of the world. China has shown the best example in terms of how to deal with the COVID-19. We have a lot to learn from China.
People are at the very center, at the core of politics and governance. The party exists, the governance happens only for the welfare and happiness of the people. And this is a big lesson for all the countries around the world.
Scientific socialism. So that is also a great achievement that's being made by the Chinese under scientific socialism. So the scientific character of socialism is very important, and the Communist Party has shown a very good example of how you integrate scientific socialism with the needs of the people.
Well, I do think that the longer-term planning of infrastructure is a big strength of China. This is something that I think we ought to do together, actually, the major regions of the world.
The kind of discipline that CPC has, I think it is nowhere to be seen, and this is what can be learned from Chinese Communist Party. There is a very structured affairs of Communist Party in China. I think in the rest of the parties, there's a loose discipline. So I think to take the country, to steer a country toward development, social development, and to progress, the model Chinese Communist Party presents, I think it's something admirable, and I think it has lessons for the parties of the world to learn from Chinese Communist Party.
الحزب الشيوعي الصيني هو الأكثر عطاء ومعطاء وتضحية أمام الغير. الحزب الشيوعي الصيني كما قلت قبل قليل يمزج بين المبادئ والمرونة. الحزب الشيوعي الصيني يشكل بالفعل يعني نموذجا ومدرسة لكل حزب يعني تحرري وطني في البلدان العربية وفي العالم الثالث ككل.
Kína példát mutatott a fejlődő országoknak abban, hogy összetartással, nagyon kemény munkával, jó vezetéssel, szervezettséggel tulajdonképpen minden elérhető.
Yeah, I think the control prevention of COVID-19 is a very good demonstration how the Chinese system works within China itself. It shows that discipline, a strong enforcement, and a central type of leadership can bring this crisis into a very successful management. I think it's quite example, one way how things can be handled through such a model.
En ese sentido, esta experiencia que están viviendo es un ejemplo para el mundo, una demostración que el mundo puede ser distinto y puede resolver los problemas fundamentales si sigue un camino diferente.